Hundreds of young people in Sacramento's foster care system are at risk of aging out into adulthood without family support. One organization is giving them the tools to make a difference in their lives with the help of mentors. Here to share more are April Johnson, co-founder and community director of Aging Up. Along with Aging Up mentor, we have Michael Subielka. Welcome.
Hi, thank you for having us.
Yeah, we're excited to have you on. So tell us more about Aging Up and your mission.
Aging Up is a mentoring program for 13 to 20-year-old youth with any experience in foster care. And our mission is to empower this special group of young people to successfully transition into adulthood.
Yeah, and you're celebrating 5 years of services, which is amazing. What are you most excited about during this time?
We are. You know, the thing I'm most proud of is really being able to see our teens kind of grow into young adults with the support of their mentors. And so our commitment is 1 year for both the mentor and the mentee. And we do encourage them, if they're doing well and want to continue, they can. And so most of our mentoring matches have been in the program for 2 years or longer. We do have some kids who are still with us from the very beginning. So we've seen them grow from high school freshmen to now to freshmen in college, or young people living on their own, which has been really exciting to see.
Yeah, and Michael, you're a mentor with Aging Up. What has it been like to do that?
Yeah, it's been a really amazing experience, and I think when I got into it, I didn't know exactly what to expect. I knew I was going to be able to make a difference, or at least I was hoping I was going to be able to make a difference, but I'd never done something quite like this before, and it's just been a really fantastic sort of experience to be able to work with somebody. I've been a mentor for 3 years, and to sort of see him grow and develop and change. When we started, he was in high school. Now he's graduated. He's starting college, and he's moved out on his own. And just to see these life changes and to kind of be a part of that in some way feels really impactful.
Yeah, that sounds amazing. And what does it take to become a mentor with Aging Up?
Yeah, well, we are looking for supportive adults who are trustworthy, dependable. They have to like teenagers, like having fun.
Yeah.
And then we do have a 5-step process. The first is attending a 1-hour virtual orientation. And we're holding those now monthly through the month of May.
Okay, good to know. So if you guys want to sign up, you can. And Michael, you went through the training and have been mentoring for more than 3 years. We talked about that a little bit earlier. What would you say to someone considering being a mentor?
Yeah, I mean, I guess the training was really, I think, really pivotal for me, especially kind of not feeling like I knew going in what exactly to expect. I mean, I wasn't part of the foster system or anything like that. And so the training was really just kind of an opportunity to get to know how the system works, what these kids have gone through, and kind of the best ways that you can be there to support them. And one of the things that I really learned that was just really useful, I think, was understanding that it's all about being there consistently for them, and that is what provides such an impact for them growing and helping them to kind of flourish. And what I would say then to somebody who's thinking about becoming a mentor is that do it. Don't be afraid, because I was a little bit nervous at first, and there definitely is a kind of growing curve to it, but they're here to help you, and they really did a tremendous job of helping me to feel prepared. So I really think that it's a valuable experience, and it's worth doing no matter why you might be afraid.
Yeah, I like that you pointed that out, because we might have a little fear, but there's a training program that helps with that. And then I think the kids also appreciate the realness too as well. What if someone watching wants to help but isn't ready to mentor? How else can people get involved?
Yeah, we do have volunteer opportunities in a variety of capacities. Right now, we are specifically looking for folks with marketing or event skills, because during the pandemic, we stopped our outreach efforts. So we are ramping those up again, but there are some one-off events and other ways to support behind the scenes. As a nonprofit, we're always accepting donations. So that's one way to really make an impact. And then gift cards can be mailed to us as well. And we give those gift cards directly to our teens so they can have some fun.
All right, Michael and April, thank you so much for joining us this morning and filling us in about all that Aging Up can do and how to become a mentor.
Awesome. Thank you, Desiree.
Of course. And for more information, you can go to agingup.org. YCL will be right back.
Stay positive with